The room becomes quiet. The demands of the day begin to fade. The calls are over. The meetings have ended. The decisions have been made or postponed. And now, in the final hour before sleep, you meet the one person you could avoid all day. Yourself. This is when unfinished conversations return. The mistake you made at noon becomes louder at midnight. The message you did not receive begins to feel like a verdict. Your mind replays what happened, rewrites what you should have said, and rehearses problems that tomorrow has not yet delivered. Your body is in bed, but your attention is still arguing with the day. Most people treat the final hour as empty space. They scroll until exhaustion, consume other people's lives, carry anger beneath the blanket, and expect sleep to erase what they refuse to examine. But sleep does not always remove the day. Sometimes it preserves it. You close your eyes with resentment and wake with the same tension. You fall asleep inside comparison and begin the morning feeling behind. You avoid tomorrow's responsibilities at night and meet them with anxiety at dawn. The Stoics understood that character requires review. Seneca described examining his day at night, considering his actions and asking where he had improved and where he had failed his standard. The purpose was not self-punishment. It was correction. A mistake examined could become instruction. A mistake ignored was more likely to become a pattern. That is what a Stoic night routine is designed to do. Not to make every evening productive, not to force calm, not to transform your bedroom into another workplace. The purpose is to close what can be closed, learn what can be learned, prepare what can be prepared, and release what no longer deserves to enter tomorrow. Your final thoughts do not magically control the future, but the final actions of the evening influence what your mind carries into rest. A cluttered room can create friction. An unresolved plan can produce worry. A phone beside your face can keep the world present when the day needs to end. Tonight, we will build a 10-part routine for creating a deliberate ending. You will learn how to disconnect from digital noise. Review the day without attacking yourself. Separate responsibility from regret. Release anger. Practice gratitude without denying difficulty. Prepare tomorrow's essential duty, and enter sleep with a clearer conscience. These habits are practical. You do not need an expensive journal, a perfect bedroom, or 2 free hours. The complete routine may take 30 to 45 minutes, but a minimum version can take 10. Do not adopt all 10 tonight if that creates pressure. Choose 3. Practice them for 1 week, then add another. And pay attention to the final habit. It is the difference between lying down because the clock says the day is over and lying down because you have consciously released it. Tomorrow does not begin when the alarm rings. Tomorrow begins with what you refuse to carry into sleep. Let us start by closing the doorway through which the entire world keeps entering your room. Han Vulgrum. Under Habit 1. Create a digital sunset. Your body cannot recognize the end of the day if your mind is still standing in the middle of the marketplace. The first habit is to create a digital sunset, a specific time when unnecessary digital input ends. Choose 30 to 60 minutes before sleep. During that period, stop social media, news, work email, video recommendations, and conversations that do not require an immediate response. This is not a declaration that technology is bad. The phone is a tool, but a tool becomes a master when it decides the final thought of your day. One message produces uncertainty. One headline creates anger. One short video leads to 20 more. One image triggers comparison. The body becomes tired while the mind remains stimulated, evaluating, judging, and reacting. Then you turn off the screen and demand instant peace. The mind does not work like a light switch. A digital sunset creates a bridge between public attention and private reflection. Set a clear time. Perhaps 10 p.m. if you intend to sleep at 11. Use an alarm not to wake you, but to remind you that the world is closing for the day. Then make the boundary physical. Charge the phone away from the bed. Turn on Do Not Disturb. Allow calls from essential contacts if your responsibilities require availability. Use a separate alarm clock if possible. Remove applications from the home screen that invite automatic opening. Do not rely only on willpower. Design the environment. The first nights may feel uncomfortable. Your hand will reach for the phone before your mind remembers the rule. You may experience the strange anxiety that something is happening without you. Name the feeling accurately. The world is continuing, and I am choosing not to monitor it. You are not missing your life. You are returning to it. Tom the screen with a specific sequence. Dim the lights, wash, prepare clothes, make tea without caffeine if appropriate for you. Read, write, or sit in quiet conversation. An empty rule creates resistance. A replacement creates rhythm. If your work ends late or you care for someone who may need you, adapt the practice. The Stoic principle is not rigid disconnection, it is deliberate access. Decide what genuinely requires availability and what is only habit disguised as urgency. Ask yourself, does this information require action tonight? If not, tomorrow can receive it. A disciplined evening is not one in which nobody can reach you. It is one in which everything does not have equal permission to enter. The final hour should not belong to an algorithm that benefits when you never stop. Don't create an ending. Let the noise continue without your participation. When the screen becomes dark, the mind finally has space to notice what the day actually left behind. And that brings us to the second habit, review without prosecution. Habit 2. Review the day without attacking yourself. When the noise disappears, memory begins speaking. The second habit is to review the day, but not like a prosecutor, searching for evidence that you are a failure. Review it like a teacher, examining a performance. Take a notebook and ask 3 questions. What did I do well? Where did I fall below my standard? What will I do differently next time? These questions create balance. If you record only mistakes, reflection becomes shame. If you record only victories, reflection becomes flattery. Stoic review requires honesty in both directions. Begin with what went well. Perhaps you kept your temper during a difficult conversation. You completed work despite low motivation. You admitted an error. You protected a boundary without cruelty. You gave someone your full attention. Do not dismiss these actions because they appear small. Character is built through ordinary evidence. Then examine where you fell short. Use behavioral language. Do not write, I am lazy. Write, I delayed the report for 40 minutes by checking my phone. Do not write, I am a terrible person. Write, I interrupted someone because I wanted to defend myself. Do not write, I ruined everything. Write exactly what happened and what can still be repaired. Labels freeze identity. Specific behavior creates a point of intervention. Now complete the third question. What will you do differently next time? If I feel defensive, I will ask one question before responding. I will place the phone outside the room during the first work block. I will apologize tomorrow without explaining away the harm. Reflection becomes useful when it produces a response. Seneca's evening examination was not an invitation to hate himself. The Stoic goal was progress in judgment and conduct. A mistake is serious because it can be corrected, not because it proves you are permanently defective. Be careful of perfectionism. You may have acted poorly in one moment and wisely in another. Human conduct is mixed. Accuracy is more useful than dramatic condemnation. Also distinguish outcomes from choices. You may have prepared well and still failed. You may have acted carelessly and still succeeded. Do not let outcome alone judge character. Ask, what part was mine? If the review begins turning into rumination, set a limit. 5 to 10 minutes is enough. Write the lesson once. You do not need to punish yourself by replaying the scene 20 times. The point of review is to prevent the day from repeating unconsciously. See it, name it. Choose the correction. Then close the notebook. A wise evening does not declare you innocent of every mistake. It ensures that the mistake does not remain your only teacher because you refuse to look at it. Handroll Habit 3. Separate responsibility from regret review reveals what happened. The third habit decides what still belongs to you. Throck 2 columns. On the left, write, still within my responsibility. On the right, write, no longer within my control. Under responsibility, place the actions you can take tomorrow. Apologize. Correct the document. Ask for clarification. Schedule the appointment. Prepare the conversation. Change the system. Or keep the commitment. Under no longer within control, place the past event itself. Another person's final opinion, the words already spoken, the opportunity already closed, and outcomes that cannot be reversed tonight. This distinction is the foundation of Epictetus's teaching. Some things depend on us, while others do not. Regret becomes destructive when it demands control over the unchangeable and avoids responsibility for what remains possible. Suppose you spoke harshly to someone. You cannot remove the sentence from history. That belongs in the second column. You can apologize honestly. Listen to the effect and change how you respond under pressure. That belongs in the first. Suppose you gave a presentation and made an error. You cannot return to the room and perform the moment again. You can correct important information, study the weakness, and prepare differently next time. The mind often prefers regret because regret feels active while requiring no vulnerable action. You can suffer privately for hours instead of apologizing for 2 minutes. You can call yourself a failure instead of changing the process. Stoicism refuses that escape. If repair is possible, schedule it. Provide the first action and when you will take it. Send the correction at 9 a.m. Call my friend after work. Ask the manager for feedback at noon. Once the action is scheduled, tell the mind, this has a place tomorrow. It does not need to be solved in bed. For what cannot be changed, practice release without pretending approval. Say, I do not approve of what happened. I accept that it has happened. Acceptance is recognition of reality, not endorsement of it. If the event involves trauma, abuse, severe anxiety, or persistent distress, a journal may not be sufficient. Seeking qualified support is not failure of Stoicism. Wise action includes using appropriate help. The evening question is simple. Is there an action here? If yes, define it. If no, continued mental punishment will not become responsibility merely because it hurts. Carry the lesson. Leave the impossible demand. You cannot sleep peacefully while trying to negotiate with yesterday. Handgrommelaw. Habit 4. Release anger before it becomes tomorrow's identity. Some days do not end with regret. They end with anger. Someone disrespected you. They dismissed your work, broke a promise, crossed a boundary, or spoke as though your dignity were optional. The body lies down, but the argument continues. You imagine better responses. You build a case. You replay the person's face and prepare tomorrow's retaliation. Anger promises strength, but at midnight it often means the offender is absent while still controlling your nervous system. The fourth habit is to release anger without denying the boundary it revealed. Begin by naming the event precisely, not "they always ruin everything." Instead, "they interrupted me and mocked the idea in front of the group." Precision prevents one event from expanding into an entire identity. Next, identify the judgment beneath the anger. Perhaps you believe, "they must respect me," or "this should never have happened," or "if I do not retaliate, I am weak." Examine the belief. You can require respectful communication as a condition of access. You can report misconduct. You can leave. You can correct a falsehood. But you cannot force another person to possess good character. Their conduct belongs to them. Your boundary and response belong to you. Write one sentence describing tomorrow's wise action. I will address the comment privately and specifically. I will document the incident. I will reduce contact. I will do nothing because the remark deserves no more attention. Then stop rehearsing imaginary battles. Relish does not mean reconciliation. It does not require trusting someone who has repeatedly caused harm. Forgiveness, distance, accountability, and safety are separate decisions. The immediate purpose is to prevent anger from renting the entire night. Try a physical release. Unclench your jaw, lower your shoulders. Exhale longer than you inhale. Feel where the body is still preparing for a conflict that is not occurring in the room. Say, "The event is over for tonight. The response has been chosen." If the anger returns, do not begin the trial again. Repeat the action you selected. The Stoic goal is not to become incapable of anger. Anger may reveal an injustice or violated boundary, but a signal should not become a ruler. You need tomorrow's clarity more than tonight's imaginary victory. Do not carry someone else's lack of self-control into the place where you are supposed to recover yours. Habit 5. Practice negative visualization, then gratitude after releasing anger. The fifth habit changes the scale of attention. Practice negative visualization briefly, then gratitude. Negative visualization means imagining, for a moment, that an ordinary good is not guaranteed. The person you love will not always be available. Your health may change. The home you complain about is not permanent. The ordinary meal, safe room, clean water, work, mobility, or conversation could be absent. This is not designed to create fear. It is designed to interrupt entitlement. The mind adapts quickly to what is present and then notices only what is missing. What once felt like a gift becomes background. We postpone appreciation until loss makes the value obvious. The Stoic practice brings value back into view before loss is required. Choose one ordinary good from the day. Perhaps someone sent a message asking how you were. You walked without pain. You had a place to return to. You learned something. You were given another opportunity to correct yourself. Imagine its absence for 10 seconds, then return to reality and say, "For now, this is here." That frets matters. Gratitude becomes deeper when it includes impermanence. Do not use gratitude to silence legitimate pain. You can appreciate what is present and still acknowledge what is difficult. "Other people have it worse" is not a complete response to suffering. Stoic gratitude is not forced positivity. It is accurate accounting. The day contained frustration, but perhaps it also contained support. The project failed, but information was gained. The conversation was painful, but truth became clearer. Sometimes the honest gratitude is simply, "I endured today without abandoning my values completely, and tomorrow offers another practice." Write 3 specific things. Avoid general phrases when possible. Instead of, I am grateful for family, write, I am grateful that my brother listened without trying to solve the problem. Specificity makes memory vivid. Then add one line, I will not demand that this remain forever in order to value it tonight. This habit softens possession into appreciation. You stop saying, this must never change. You begin saying, because it can change, I will meet it fully while it is here. That perspective reduces trivial resentment and restores proportion. The final hour is not only for reviewing what went wrong, it is also for noticing what the speed of the day almost made invisible. Hanvongro, Habit 6. Prepare tomorrow's. One essential duty gratitude closes part of today. Preparation opens a clear door into tomorrow. The sixth habit is to identify one essential duty for the next day. Not 15 goals, not an ideal version of your entire life. One duty that must move forward. Ask, what has the greatest consequence if neglected? What am I avoiding because it creates discomfort? What action would allow me to respect tomorrow, even if the rest of the day changes? Write the answer as a concrete verb. Complete the first draft. Study the next chapter and solve 20 problems. Call the doctor. Have the conversation. Edit the first 10 minutes. Then define the first physical step. Open the document. Leave the book on the desk. Prompt the first 3 questions. Prepare the phone number. Create the project folder. The mind becomes anxious when tomorrow exists as a cloud of undefined responsibility. A concrete first action gives uncertainty a shape. Choose when the work will begin. Do not write only tomorrow. Write 9 a.m. at the desk or after breakfast for 45 minutes. A scheduled intention has a better chance of surviving morning emotion. Prepare the environment now. Place the materials where you will use them. Close irrelevant tabs. Put exercise clothes out. Pack the bag. Fill the bottle. Remove one obstacle from the path. This is not obsession with productivity. Duty includes more than career output. Your essential action may be resting during illness, spending undistracted time with a child, attending treatment, repairing a relationship, or handling a responsibility you have avoided. Stoicism asks you to perform your role with wisdom and justice. It does not define human worth through constant production. Once tomorrow's duty is prepared, stop planning. Over-planning can become another form of control-seeking. You do not need to predict every hour. Select the anchor and trust yourself to meet the remaining day as it arrives. Prompt. Tomorrow's first duty. Complete the sentence. Then, let the responsibility remain on the page. Instead of carrying it repeatedly through your mind, a clear tomorrow creates a quieter tonight. Hanvongro, Habit 7. Reset the physical in Vavan. The 7th habit is a 10-minute environmental reset. Your room does not determine your character, but it influences friction. Clothes on the floor, an unprepared bag, dishes beside the bed, and scattered work can become small demands waiting for your morning attention. None is a disaster. Together, they create noise. Set a timer for 10 minutes. Do not attempt to redesign your home. Restore only what will support rest, and the next morning, clear the bed. Place clothes where they belong. Prepare water. Set out what tomorrow's essential duty requires. Dim the lights. Adjust the room for reasonable comfort. The purpose is not aesthetic perfection. It is reducing unnecessary negotiation. A prepared environment tells the morning mind what happens next. The notebook is open to a blank page. The phone is charging away from the bed. The clothing is ready. The important material is visible. Discipline becomes easier when the desired action has less friction than the distraction. There is also a symbolic function. Restoring order marks the transition between public work and private recovery. You are telling the nervous system, the active part of the day is ending. Perform the reset slowly enough that it does not become another source of stimulation. This is not a final sprint. If you share a room or have limited control over the environment, choose one small zone, a bedside table, a chair, a bag, or a section of the floor. Order what belongs to you without demanding that everyone else follow your routine. Stoic discipline begins with your conduct, not control over the household. Avoid using cleaning to delay sleep. 10 minutes means 10 minutes. The goal is support, not perfection. Ask, what can I prepare tonight that will protect one decision tomorrow? Perhaps placing the phone outside the room protects attention. Preparing shoes protects movement. Opening the book protects study. Writing the first task protects focus. Small environmental choices become quiet allies. When the timer ends, stop. Let good enough be an act of temperance. You do not need a perfect life to create one orderly corner in which the day can end. Hand scroller, Anther Habit 8. Read one page that strengthens judgment. The 8th habit is to read one page that strengthens judgment rather than stimulating appetite. After a day of rapid information, the mind does not necessarily need more content. It needs a different quality of attention. Choose a page from Stoic philosophy, a reflective book, poetry, spiritual writing, or another work that returns you to principle. The exact tradition may differ. The function is what matters. Read something that makes the mind quieter, clearer, and more honest. One page is enough. Do not turn reading into a performance measured only by quantity. A single sentence examined carefully can be more useful than 20 pages consumed while distracted. Read slowly. When one line catches your attention, stop and ask, what does this mean in ordinary language? Where did today test this principle? What would practicing it look like tomorrow? Suppose you read Epictetus's opening distinction. Some things are in our control and others are not. Do not merely underline it, ally it to the message you are waiting to receive, the mistake you reviewed, the conflict you are carrying, and tomorrow's duty. Philosophy becomes valuable when it reaches a specific pressure point. Avoid collecting quotations only because they sound powerful. A sentence can decorate a social media post while leaving conduct untouched. The Stoics wrote for use. Marcus Aurelius's Meditations was private self-instruction. Seneca's letters repeatedly connected ideas with living. Epictetus challenged students to demonstrate philosophy through action rather than vocabulary. So finish the page with one instruction. Tomorrow, when this happens, I will remember. Complete the sentence in your own words. If reading from a screen, use a device without notifications if possible, or activate a focused mode. A physical book can make the boundary easier. Do not choose material that creates intense suspense if your aim is sleep. The evening practice should reduce cognitive speed. Some nights you will read more. Other nights one paragraph will be enough. Consistency matters more than volume. The final information you give the mind should not be whatever the feed happened to deliver. Let it be something chosen, something worthy of becoming the last idea you carry into silence. Havenkrona. Habit 9. Rehearse tomorrow's obstacles. Then stop. The 9th habit prepares tomorrow without inviting it into bed. Look at the essential duty selected earlier and ask, what is most likely to interfere? Perhaps you will feel tired. The phone will distract you. A meeting may run late. Someone may criticize the work. The first attempt may be poor. An unexpected responsibility may appear. Now create 1 or 2 if-then plans. If I feel unmotivated, I will begin for 10 minutes. If the meeting runs late, I will move the work block to 3 o'clock. If criticism arrives, I will ask for one specific example before defending myself. If the phone distracts me, I will place it in another room until the block ends. This practice resembles the Stoic premeditation of adversity, anticipating difficulty so it does not arrive as a total surprise. The purpose is not to imagine every disaster. Preparation ends with an action. Worry repeats the threat without improving the response. Set a limit of 3 minutes. Identify the likely obstacle, select the response, and stop. Tell yourself, the plan exists, rehearsal is complete. If the mind returns to the scenario in bed, do not improve the plan again. Remind yourself where it is written. You are training trust. The anxious mind believes constant thought prevents failure. But thought without new information eventually becomes friction. At some point, wisdom means ending analysis. There will still be surprises. No evening routine can eliminate uncertainty. That is not its purpose. The purpose is to meet uncertainty with a prepared principle. I will control my part. I will adapt without dramatizing the change. I will ask what the moment requires. I will not let one obstacle define the entire day. Once those principles are available, tomorrow can remain tomorrow. Close the planner. Put down the pen. The final habit is not more preparation. It is release. Habit 10. End the day with a clear conscience. The 10th habit is to ask one final question. Is there anything I can responsibly do tonight that would allow me to rest with a clearer conscience? Perhaps you need to send a short apology. Not an argument disguised as one. Perhaps you need to put away something you borrowed. Perhaps you need to tell the truth to someone affected by your choice. Perhaps you need to stop a conversation because continuing at midnight will make both people less reasonable. Perhaps nothing more can be done tonight. A clear conscience does not mean believing you acted perfectly. It means you are no longer hiding from the next honest action. If a repair can be made briefly and appropriately, make it. I spoke unfairly. I am sorry. I would like to discuss it properly tomorrow. Do not demand immediate forgiveness. Do not explain the apology until it disappears. If action must wait, schedule it and accept the discomfort of incompletion. Then perform a final release. Sit or lie down. Take a slow breath. Let the exhale become longer than the inhale without forcing it. Relax the forehead, jaw, shoulders, hands, and stomach. Say these 4 sentences. The day is complete. What was mine to learn, I will carry. What was not mine to control, I release. Tomorrow, I will practice again. These are not magical affirmations. They are instructions about attention. You are giving the mind permission to stop working on closed material. Some nights peace will come quickly. Other nights the mind will resist. Do not turn inability to relax into another failure. Rest is not always a feeling you can command. You can only create better conditions and stop feeding unnecessary activation. If persistent sleep difficulty affects your life, seek qualified medical support. Stoicism should not replace appropriate care. The deeper purpose of this final habit is humility. You did not control every event today. You did not act perfectly. You cannot guarantee tomorrow, but you can finish with honesty, carry one lesson, prepare one duty, and release the demand to solve life before sleep. A clear conscience is not a claim of innocence. It is the quiet strength of someone willing to see, repair, and begin again. Turn off the final light. The work of the day is over. Let rest become part of discipline. Handwranglers. Tomorrow morning, you will open your eyes inside conditions partly created tonight. The phone may be across the room or beside your face. The essential duty may be clear or buried beneath undefined anxiety. The anger may have been converted into a boundary or rehearsed until it became your first waking thought. The day may have been reviewed or carried forward without examination. This is why a Stoic night routine matters, not because it guarantees perfect sleep, not because it controls tomorrow, because it allows you to finish your part of today. Remember the 10 habits. First, create a digital sunset. Give the final hour a boundary. Second, review the day without attacking yourself. Look for both evidence of progress and places requiring correction. Third, separate responsibility from regret. Repair what can be repaired and stop demanding control over what has already happened. Fourth, release anger without abandoning the boundary. Choose tomorrow's wise action and end the imaginary argument. Fifth, practice negative visualization followed by specific gratitude. Notice ordinary goods before loss is required to reveal them. Sixth, prepare tomorrow's one essential duty. Give the anxious mind a concrete first action. Seventh, reset the physical environment. Reduce friction without demanding perfection. Eighth, read one page that strengthens judgment. Let chosen wisdom become the final input instead of accidental noise. Ninth, rehearse likely obstacles and create an if-then response. Preparation should end, worry never does. 10th, finish with a clear conscience. Repair what is appropriate, schedule what must wait, and release the day. If the full routine feels too long, use the 10-minute version. Turn off unnecessary digital input. Write 3 lines. What went well? What needs correction? And tomorrow's essential duty. Prepare the first material you need. Take one breath and say, "The day is complete. Tomorrow I will practice again." That is enough to begin. Do not measure success by whether every night feels peaceful. Measure whether your actions became more deliberate. Did you stop one argument from entering bed? Did you convert one regret into repair? Did you prepare one meaningful action? Did you put the phone away once when the impulse wanted another hour? Those are repetitions of discipline. The Stoics did not expect a human being to become wise in one evening. Philosophy was practice, a repeated return to clearer judgment and better conduct. You will still have restless nights. You will skip the journal. You will scroll longer than intended. You will carry anger past the boundary you set. When that happens, do not use the failed routine as evidence that change is impossible. Review the failure using the same method. What happened? What friction can be removed? What is the minimum practice you can complete tomorrow night? Return without drama. A routine becomes character, not when it is performed perfectly, but when it becomes the place you return after disruption. Tonight, choose 3 habits. Choose the time of your digital sunset. Drop the 3 review questions. Prepare tomorrow's one essential duty. Then place the phone away from the bed. These actions will not solve every problem. They will do something more realistic and more valuable. They will stop every problem from receiving permission to occupy the final hour. Your mind needs an ending. Give it one. If you are accepting the 7-night challenge, write this in the comments. I release the day. Subscribe for more practical Stoic lessons about discipline, emotional control, self-respect, and inner peace. The room is quiet again. The world can continue without your attention for a few hours. You have reviewed what mattered. You have prepared what is yours. Now let today remain where it belongs, behind you.